This video complements and affirms my recent video titled, Why Does the Illuminati Fear This Man? I'm Sol Esprit. The basic premise of that video was that the Illuminati, whom I expose in my various books, responded to those books in my videos, as well as my interview on the Jeff Rense broadcast, by intervening in a natural phenomenon known as fractal geometry, when holding up the U.S. stock indices during a time period that I forecasted would experience a significant decline. Recall that my perfect decade-long track record of accurately predicting major stock market advances and declines was the impetus for such market manipulation by the global hierarchy, who hoped to diffuse information which I made public and which they feared that my precision market analysis threatened their plan of an unexpected stock market collapse in America. The element of surprise is essential to their goal of a microchipped world citizenry terrorized by a series of false flag events, such as 9/11, contrived to maintain the populace in continual martial law. I noted in that video that shortly after the Rense program the fractal pattern began to diverge from the normal expectation, and that this was the first time in my 20-year experience in which this was observed to occur. The implications clearly indicate that the world controllers, who are sometimes euphemistically known as the Illuminati, reacted to my warning of impending financial collapse by artificially pumping trillions of inflated dollars into the market in order to create the illusion of continued economic stability, such that the American public would not stampede in advance of their long-range plan to implode the U.S. and world stock markets as a prelude to implementing their New World Order global dictatorship. As a further proof that this was indeed the case, notice that the chart displayed on your screen shows there was an abrupt reversal market advance shortly after my November the 4th, 2011 appearance on Rense, and once again during the second quarter substantial decline which accelerated on the downside during the month of May. These two divergencies are not consistent with a long-term design pattern prescribed by God's geometric mathematical laws that configure naturally occurring systems. And the stock market is no exception. I'm on record when stating on that program, and in two of my books published just 2 weeks prior to the broadcast, that the anticipated world-changing decline would begin in the second quarter of 2012 and continue into the third quarter of 2012, with special emphasis on the month of May, that would experience a substantial market point loss. What you see on the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart is precisely what did in fact occur during the second quarter of 2012, and which I forecasted 6 months prior to the event. But just as the market diverged from the fractal expectation shortly after the program in November of 2011, once again we see a significant alteration of a natural progression after the May decline that should have continued on into the third quarter. It was at these two critical junctures, November 2011 and May 2012, that Illuminati intervention changed the course of short-term world history. The fractal pattern doesn't lie. Their covert actions are clearly revealed by the divergent and aberrant form during these time periods, which you see exhibited in this and all the U.S. stock indices. The third decline, illustrated here starting in the month of October 2012 and continuing to the present time this video is being posted on December the 3rd, 2012, is perhaps the start of a more substantial downward movement. Yet the recent past is proving that my public pronouncements are serving only as a preemptive signal for the Illuminati Luciferians to institute yet another effort to discredit my previously unblemished history of accurately forecasting the U.S. economy. There are 17 pages of documentation included in my book, When Will the Illuminati Crash the Stock Market? They have no greater fear than fear of the truth, which is Jesus Christ. John 14:6. Therefore, all that I will say at this juncture is that on 2 separate occasions the fractal pattern was temporarily altered to accommodate the nefarious goals of a secret society that rules over all the world's economies.